Hey there, I'm Pat. I'm here today to do a review of the Kumba Cam FPV kit. As you see here before me, I have a DJI Phantom quadcopter that I've grown to absolutely love. It's a lot of fun. I take it out and fly it and use it for aerial photography as well as doing videos. One of the things I found that's tough about it though is trying to frame my shot accurately without being able to see through the viewfinder while it's flying. And that's where FPV comes in. FPV allows you to transmit the video stream from the quadcopter down to a display on the ground so that in real time you can see what the camera's seeing, and then you can adjust your flight path appropriately. So when I got the Phantom, the thing I loved about it was the fact that it was just a product that worked just right out of the box. I didn't need to do any tuning or get things, order all the parts and get it all set up. I took it out and I used it. So when I started looking into FPV kits, that was something I was hoping to duplicate, because honestly I just want to use the product. I wasn't really looking for another hobby into itself. So one of the things about the FPV is that there's a lot of vendors out there. There's just no real winners out there in terms of who really dominate the market, sort of like DJI is with the Phantom. And so it was tough to find anything. Also, they tend to sell individual parts, which is great if you're trying to design a system from scratch up. I wasn't really looking to do that. And so what I found though was this kit from Kumba Cam. What they've done is they've taken a bunch of parts, they've integrated them into a system, and they just sell the kit. And essentially what they claimed was that you'd be up and running right out of the box. And so I thought it was worth a shot, went ahead and bought it, and I'm here today to do a review of how well this FPV kit from Kumba Cam actually works. Just a little preview. I'm pretty happy with it. It's a nice kit. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is show you the different pieces that came with it, and then after we do that we'll go outside and take a fly and we'll see how well it performs actually in flight. Okay, let's get started. Take a look at these parts that we got with the Kumba Cam kit. We're going to move the quadcopter out of the way to start off and take a look at the display, because I think this is the thing that really sets apart the Kumba Cam kit. So assuming that you want a display rather than goggles, one of the things you find is that you can buy the display itself, and then you actually need a video receiver and also a battery to power everything. The unique thing about this system is the fact that everything is integrated into one unit. So we go ahead and take a look in the back here. We see that there's no separate transmitter, or receiver rather, and no separate battery. Everything is just completely within the display itself. The other thing is that they include this nice little bracket that mounts directly to your transmitter, so you can sit here and fly, do all your flight, and it's just it's perfectly mounted. You're not having to go find and buy a separate mount or anything. It just plugs in right off the box. So looking at the display, like I said, there's only one battery that powers everything. And you go ahead and they give you a little wall wart. Go ahead and plug that in, and that's it. And that'll charge up the whole system. They also give you a 12-volt charger in case you're in your car, as well as a remote control, which seems a little silly for me, but that's fine. One thing that was a little disappointing though with the kit was the fact that the screw that came with it was a Phillips, and so when I store the whole system in my little Pelican box, it was a pain to get this on and off. So what I did was I found a thumb screw that would work with that. But the gotcha here is that it's not a standard thread, it's a metric thread. So the standard quarter 20 or quarter 28, I can't remember what it is, photography thread won't work with this, so it's going to be harder to find a hand knob that works with that. So that's everything we have on the receiving side. As you can tell, it's just very simple. On the transmit side, what they give you is a transmitter, you can see here, and a small 2S LiPo battery. You also get all the cables that just plug in. So I got a cable for a GoPro Hero 2, which is what I've been flying, and I also have just gotten a Hero 3, and so I ordered another cable from them that's pretty nice, and I'll be using that one shortly as well. So basically though, on the helicopter side, what you see is that they give you the parts and you can plug it all in and it'll work, you know, electrically, and it'll function just fine. There's really no provisions though for mounting, and so I did some really hokey job of a combination of Velcro and some packing tape to put it on there. And that works fine. I wish that they had provided a little something better. Eventually I'll probably tap into the Phantom's battery itself, so I'm not carrying the extra weight. It's just one less thing to charge. Another thing to mention is the fact that there were no instructions included with this at all, not even a piece of paper in the box. Given the fact that I think this is targeted towards somebody who doesn't know as much about FPV, I think they should have included some level of instructions. Another thing to mention is the fact that there's really no mention of what channels this system operates on. Now on the transmitter itself, you can see where the channel is. Somewhere buried within the display, which I haven't even taken apart yet, is the receiver. And so I don't know really much about that and what channels it operates on, but it's essentially a black box. But so with all that being said, I charged the batteries, plugged it together, and it immediately worked. I was very impressed with that. I mean, just like I'd hoped, it worked right out of the box. And then I took it out for my first flight and had success there. So so far, I mean, this kit is proving to live up to what it's advertised as. And so let's go outside and we'll have a little fun. We'll do some flying, and I'll show you how well this works in flight. Alright, so I'm out here at a little local flying field that I like to use a lot, and I've got the Phantom all powered on, ready to fly. It's a beautiful day here, some mountains behind me. So let's go ahead and take a flight. One thing I'm not going to do, a lot of other people do, is show the GoPro recorded footage. I want you to see actually what you see from the display on the transmitter itself. So let me angle on the camera down and let you just watch the flight like that instead. So it'll just be raw, what you actually get. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, I've got the Phantom up in the air right now. It's flying. It's in a absolutely perfect hover right now. It's beautiful. So one of the downsides of this kit, it doesn't include a hood to deal with glare, so it might be a little hard to see right now. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on the display itself. You can see a little bit closer. Well, it's not that terrible. I mean, it's very bright out right now, and it's okay. So I'll go ahead and fly around a little bit. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with the video quality. So right now you can see I'm up pretty high. You can see mountains very clearly. There's a little static you can see. I think that's pretty much expected. I don't have those fancier antennas on here, which apparently makes a difference. These are just the stock antennas. So my goal with this FPV system was to be able to improve my aerial photography and any aerial filming I do, and basically be able to see what the camera is seeing. And in that regards, I'm pretty sure this is working just how I want. So I basically don't want to fly terribly far away. I'm not trying to use FPV as sort of an immersive flying technique. My plan is basically to fly line of sight most of the time and be able to then adjust my camera angles accordingly. So let's say right now I'm trying to come in and I want to get a better view of this garage. Now if I had tilt control, that'd be a lot nicer. But you can see that I can get things lined up pretty well and be able to see exactly what I'm trying to frame at any given time. All right, well, to wrap up, I gotta say that this Kumba Cam FPV kit is definitely worth it. It really fits the bill in terms of being a simple, easy to use FPV kit. In my experience, the performance is great. I'm getting plenty of range out of it, the quality's good, and it just works right out of the box. Really the only downside I see to it is the fact that it didn't come with instructions and wasn't all that elegantly integrated into the Phantom itself. But countering that was just how slick this monitor system is, the fact that it just plugs right onto the Phantom transmitter and has everything built right into it. You just charge it and go. So without a doubt, if you are looking for an FPV kit, just want to get up and running with your Phantom nice and easily, definitely go check out the Kumba Cam. And I'll see you out there flying some more. See ya.